Good evening. It's Tuesday night in Sydney. And tonight I wanted to talk about what was really important and have a bit of a confession. I would say in my lifetime I had gone through phases of being incredibly materialistic and very, very worried about, keeping up with the Joneses. A little bit like my mother, I guess. We used to, think she was a reincarnation of Mrs. Bouquet or Mrs. Bucket, as she was on the TV show. And I think I've been like that definitely in parts of my life where I thought the clothes I had, the jewelry I had, where I was going, who I was seeing were like the most important things, going on. And over the last 24 hours, 48 hours, if you are in Sydney or Australia, even anywhere in the world at the moment, you've probably heard about the fire warnings that are going on in Australia, New South Wales and Queensland in particular. And the area where Elodie and I live, we're blessed. Like we have an amazing national park at the end of our street. There's across the road from our house is a oval, and then there's a national park. Like, we're lucky. We're so lucky. End of our street, national park, you go through a bushwalk and there's Sydney Harbour. Like, divine. But that also has risks because there's Sydney, New South Wales is made up of these corridors of incredible bushland. And what happens is fires get into them and then they just spread like wildfire. And I'm not going to get into the political stuff and the climate change stuff that's going with all the conversations at the moment. We all know our government's just done an appalling job of managing our environment and climate change and what's been going on with the fires. Like, just appalling. But I'm not going to get on a soapbox about that now. What happened yesterday is I kind of I was like, yeah, whatever, it's not that close to us. And then we got notified that Elodie's school would be closed today because they're inside the national park. Amazing location. They do bushwalking for sport. And then we got sent emails and notifications that, our evacuation centres were here, there, and, in these places. And then I was about to show you on an app, but I'm using my phone, so I can't. All told to download the Fires Near Me app and keep an eye on things and get notifications about, what you'd pack. And it was very smoky here last night. And Sydney had this warning of catastrophic fire conditions for today. And catastrophic is like the worst that they can possibly think. And they were literally saying, like, if the winds change and pockets go up, yeah, cactus. We can't help. There's just so many fires, so many incredible people doing a job, doing the best they can to put them out. And then you read things like 9-year-olds lighting fires. Don't get me started. Anyway, so Elodie and I discussed, like, what was important, what would we pack? And I've got a folder, I should have got it out to show you, that has, like, our passports, birth certificates, the kind of important stuff in it I can just grab. And then we're like, the cat and the dog. And she was Teddy. And then I was like, well, what else is important? And I kind of went, photos. I was like, well, a lot of them are electronic, and any of them that are prior to that, well, they're memories in my brain anyway. Like, if it's a case of getting out, like, it's a photo, who cares? Jewelry, whatever. It would be nice to have Mum's wedding ring, but again, it's jewelry. And then I, of course, said I would get Mum and Dad's ashes because they're really important to me. And the irony of that was, well, what's the worst that could happen to ashes? Yeah, ludicrus. But I'd need to pack, like, medication and charges, all that kind of stuff that you need to kind of keep going. But why I want to talk about this is it was really interesting for me realising I'd take my laptop because my life's on there. It was really interesting for me realising that all the stuff's not important. And I don't think it's important anymore. And I don't know when I stopped thinking it was all important. Like, I still love beautiful things and I love my house and I love my jewelry and my shoes and my clothes and all that stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I ain't going minimalist anytime soon. You can come and KonMari my house, but no, I still like my things, so that's not going to change. But I no longer have that importance, like, hanging on them. And I think that's really fascinating because I don't know when it changed. So I encourage you, like, hopefully the worst is out of the way for many people tonight. There are areas in Australia which are just decimated, and it's so heartbreaking. I'm not going to say thoughts and prayers, because thoughts and prayers do jack shit in these kind of situations. You need water and you need help. I can't send that, but I wish I could. But I am sending you love. And I hope it doesn't get any worse tonight. It's very hazy and smoky around here. And it's not a great situation. Yes, bushfires happen in Australia. They don't need to be this bad, people. They really don't. And we can doing something about that is in our power. But I'm not going to go on my environmental rant tonight. All I want you to do is actually just sit down and think. Even if it wasn't the situation of a fire and you had to get out, if it was a situation of a flood or a situation of, I don't know, some Will Smith movie and a meteorite's going to come and land on your house, Armageddon, whatever. What is important? Really? I'd get you to question those things, because sure as shit has changed for me. Yeah, amazing. So I'm sending best of luck and love to everybody tonight in Australia. I hope the fires get contained. At last count, I think there were 90 of them. Our nearest ones are about 5 kilometres away. But I think we're fine, unless something crazy happens. So have a good night. Stay safe and spend time with the people you love and the things and the animals that you care about, and not on the crap. Mwah. Night, night.